So here we are in Wilmington, North Carolina. This is right where Lindsey's car was parked, where Michael Myers wreaked havoc on Marion Chambers and some other unfortunate patrons. And here we've got a City of Wilmington, North Carolina sign for the park. In the movie, they had this replaced with a Haddonfield park sign, which you can see. I'll put a photo there. And here we are. I'm sure you guys can recognize all this. We're about to walk right into here and get into some of these filming locations. And now we are going through the woods that little Lindsey Wallace ran through, past all these trees, with Michael following closely behind her. Aside from it being like a little overgrown, as you can see, it looks pretty much identical. The movie was only 3 years ago, so none of that has really changed. This is a standout scene for a lot of people in the movie, of Lindsey running through these woods. Let's get to where she hid. All right, and we're coming up on the famous bridge that Michael walked across as he was searching for Lindsey Wallace. Bridge right there. And Lindsey was hiding right there. And it's not a cheat. It's not a cheat because, yeah, she could have easily fit right there. As Michael walked across, looking for her, but couldn't find her. She was a master at hiding. I'm a big believer in being as accurate as possible. So here I am, hiding where Lindsey Wallace hid. The exact same tree. As you can see, the bridge is right there. Little Lindsey didn't know what hit her. And then there's a couple shots in the movie from this perspective where you can see the car parked up there where I'm parked. It was a little closer. Yeah, very, very recognizable. And the infamous swing set where the kids were swinging, talking about a creepy guy in a white mask. There it is. It would have been right around here, I believe, where the bodies were. Maybe it was over here. I didn't use that part of the park, so from this point, this is where they filmed. Very, very judicious with their shots too, to make sure that they didn't get that other part of the park. Here's the swing set. Here's the bridge. Michael would have stopped right about here, thinking he heard something. Old Lindsey Wallace is right there. But honestly, with it being dark and the brush over there, yeah, he probably wouldn't have seen her. The park from Halloween Kills. And right here at 2118 Creasy Avenue is where Tommy's car was parked after Lindsey was attacked. And she was sitting in the car and Tommy was talking to her. They were talking about how they would go into the Myers house as kids and whatnot. Or they would dare each other to go to the Myers house as kids. They were parked right here. Now we're in front of 2019 Creasy Avenue. I'm going to try to match the shot up perfectly from the movie. Right here. Michael's mask was laying right there in the street, right in front of that little bush. You can recognize that bush. Mask was right here. Michael stood right here, facing this way, in preparation for the final fight, in which they pull up here, and the mob takes on Michael Myers, which was actually filmed at a soundstage, the actual fight itself. But this is the spot right here where Michael Myers came to meet his end. And continuing on Creasy Avenue, this is where the cop pulled up right here as Lonnie is being bullied by the Mulaney's and says that somebody killed 3 teenagers down the street. So Lonnie's getting bullied right about here. Cop pulls up, tells him to go home. And then they actually use this exact same spot for when Lonnie's like running the corner of 20th and Creasy Avenue. So I'll kind of do a little bit of an overhead so you can see this 4-way when he's running later on in that scene. But yeah, here we are, Lonnie and the bullies with the cop pulling up. And here we are at 259 South 20th Street, the alleyway, where Michael Myers walks down and crosses as a young Hawkins is trying to stop the boogeyman. And this is the spot where Michael would have walked out of view. They cheated it a little bit. He gets shot from down here. He would have walked forward right here. That's where Michael went out of view. But yes, this is the alleyway from Halloween Kills, the flashback sequence. A lot of people's favorite sequence in the movie. This is very reminiscent of the alleyway from the original Halloween 2 as well. It's crazy how they find these places in so many different states that are so geographically different. Yet you can find slices of the Midwest everywhere, it seems. And here we are at 1907 Pender Avenue. And this right here is the spot where Lonnie falls down and Michael Myers stands over him. Michael's coming from that way right here. Lonnie's on the ground right here, talking about how he's sorry for bullying Tommy Doyle. Then the cops show up, and then they would have looked in this direction and said, there it is, that's the Myers house. But obviously that was built on a soundstage, so not the case. But that's where they were looking. Like I said, Michael came from right here. Cops came from right here as well. Old Lonnie was laying right there crying, the boogeyman. And here is the hedge from the extended cut of Halloween Kills right here. It was a little more overgrown at the time, but Michael kind of disappears out of view. I actually think they might have cheated and it might have been that right there, but you can tell just by the look of the house, and pretty sure it's this bush right here that has since been trimmed. And then here at 1918 Wrightsville Avenue is where the reporter was standing in front of when they're watching the news report in the bar. He was standing right in front of this address, talking about the escaped mental patients. And here at 2101 Wrightsville Avenue is where Tommy pulls up at the gas station to incite the mob, talking about Michael Myers and what their plan is going to be to kill this killer shark. And ironically, I need gas, so I'm getting gas at the gas station from Halloween Kills. Kind of cool. But yep, it was right about here, right at the front of the gas station. And here we are at the Rusty Nail, aka Mick's Bar, where Tommy Doyle gave his rousing speech and then walked out here with a baseball bat. And Tivoli would have been parked right around here, listening to Figaro. Figaro, Figaro. Tommy Doyle gonna fuck him up. This is Mick's Bar. And then right here at the median is actually where the car went over, right over there, and crashed right around the corner over there. But you can tell the building looks exactly the same as it did in the movie. Car goes right over the median, goes around the corner and crashes. And now we're at Mick's Bar, aka the Rusty Nail, where love lives today, but evil dies tonight. Sandy has a huckleberry. That's right where Huckleberry was in the movie. And this is the bar, complete with the TVs. Might notice some of these signs. Please leash your pets. Welcome to the Rusty Nail. We've been talking to the owner, Sandy, and she has been sharing incredible stories from the filming. Pool tables. And here's where Tommy, Lindsey, Lonnie, and Marion were sitting drinking, which Sandy told us they actually built for the movie. Wild to be here. I'm not even kidding you. One of the best locations from Halloween Kills, for sure. The Rusty Nail. And like I said, guys, if you are in the area, make sure that you stop by. Sandy is a sweetheart. She's the owner of the bar. And she's got so many stories to tell, and they're all incredible. Now here we are where the car crashed. The car was crashed right up here by this door to Tivoli. It would have been like literally right here. Right here is where the car would have been. You can see this door in the background. This is the car crash from Halloween Kills. Welcome to Haddonfield Memorial Hospital from Halloween Kills, which is actually a college. And if you've seen the movie, you recognize exactly where I am. The ambulance would have come up right around this way. And you can see this railing in the background during the Evil Dies Tonight chants. Because I believe all the ambulances would have been right around here. Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Your shots of Haddonfield Memorial Hospital would have been like right from this angle. They had the Haddonfield Memorial sign right up there. And then later on in the movie, the crowd chanting Evil Dies Tonight was right around this area, right around here. And then our good friend Tivoli met his end right here. Right in this area is where he went splat. Would have been from one of the top windows up there. And then they wheeled Laurie Strode in through these doors. On the stretcher. But they didn't film anything else inside here. So it was just them wheeling Laurie in. It was right here. R.I.P. Tivoli. You were so young. So full of life. And obviously this is a main road, so I can't really stop. There's nowhere to turn off, but that is the Let It Burn! Let It Burn! Bridge. Yeah. And here we are, what is now the CineSpace Studios lot, formerly Screen Gems. I don't know if CineSpace is also Screen Gems. And these are the sound stages. And one of these sound stages is the sound stage where the Myers house was built for Halloween Kills, because that was all on a sound stage. It was built here in one of these sound stages. And the craziest part too is that also one of these sound stages is where Brandon Lee died, where they were shooting The Crow. One of these sound stages is where Brandon Lee was shot. So kind of a twofer. And now we're here at 678 Cherry Tree Road, where Laurie Strode's house stood. And you can still see parts of where the foundation of the house was. I know Sean Clark found bricks. I think they're probably all gone by now. But this was Laurie Strode's house. And it was condemned, so the production bought it, and they burnt that bitch down. Laurie Strode's house was right here. Trying my best to find any remnants of the house, but they're gone. This house was absolutely leveled. And Sean Clark had to tell everybody about the bricks. Now they're gone. Damn you, Sean Clark. Damn you. Michael Myers killed a bunch of firefighters right here. And a real house was on fire. That is still so crazy to think about. That house was right here. I mean, like I said, you can just tell by looking at the ground where the house was. And this thing just went up in flames. Laurie's compound. So as far as the inside of the Myers house, obviously the exterior of the Myers house, a lot of the stuff in the hospital and stuff, those were all sound stages. The interior's there. So as far as like physical locations, pretty sure I got just about everything, or everything that's listed. So thank you for coming with me to see the filming locations for Halloween Kills. And yeah, but now I gotta get off this person's property before I get shot, so I'm pulling out.